Good evening, and welcome to the 2019 National Honor Society induction ceremony. We are gathered here today to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests tonight, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence you two are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium NHS advisors Aaron Quinlan and Stephanie Young.
Our chapter is proud to be inducting these new members with tonight's ceremony indicating the continuing emphasis on excellence that we represent for our school and our community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records which establish our eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations and serve our school and community through many service activities, including hosting blood drives, volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House, assisting with Special Olympics, and hosting other school events. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome these new members who bring new energy and support our continuing work as NHS members.
It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the Alan B. Shepard High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as pillars for the society. They are scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Our current officers of the chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. Please welcome our NHS Secretary, Nancy Wynn, who will speak on the scholarship.
Welcome, everyone. Scholarship is not simply about grades or rank. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. Those who represent scholarship have an endless intellectual curiosity, as well as diligence to acquire the knowledge that they seek. Through this passion for learning, one prepares themselves in the best way to make positive changes in our society. The pursuit of knowledge allows us to understand and explore everything around us, and enables us to help educate others. We hope these candidates take the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Please welcome our NHS Vice President, Matthew Rivera, who will speak on leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward without hesitation. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or a nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and a substantive charge to each of our members.
Please welcome our NHS Treasurer, Samantha Layden, who will speak on our service. My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
And finally, please welcome our NHS President, Ellie McGovern, who will speak on character.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again to our National Honor Society induction. Before I introduce the ideals of character, I want to formally congratulate all the new and returning members of NHS, for this is one of the highest achievable moments in high school. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality and our goodness. Without it, no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem with character is the struggle of self-control. By demonstrating qualities such as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we hope to prove by example that we value character. Thank you.
We now welcome our NHS Exec Board, who will read the names of the new inductees. Please step forward when your name is called to receive your membership certificate and take your space on the stage.
Ali Abdurrahman. Fadi Abour. Chloe Ayers. Anthony Baffrey. Victoria Barnes. Caitlin Begley. Ariana Bowens. Emily Fresniak. Leah Byland. Hector Cabrera. Isabella Carbajal. Amanda Zinkas. Cassidy Comiskey. Kylie Cronin. Stephanie Cusco. Catherine Doggill. Abdallah Dallas. Catherine Davila. Dominic Demaro. Jimena Diaz. Matthew Dombrowski. Amiali Dominguez. Yadira Eck. Ariel Edwards. Abdur Al-Humadi. Micah Evans.
Marissa Flores. Layla Folk. Liam Galvin. Rebecca Goebel. Emily Hanley. Liam Hassett. Meadow Homa. Matthew Houston. Kaylee Janakis. Alejandro Jaramillo. Mackenzie Jasudowitz. Jacob Janinga. Haley Kinder. Lily King. Daniel Kleiner. Juliana Canese. Brian Kopek. Eva Kozlowski. Stephanie Lepak. Isabel McCameron. Jessica Marzalek. Katie Messias. Kate McGovern. Autumn Molenhouse.
Gabriella Nyman. Paige Nowak. Evelyn Ortega. Haley Patel. Megan Ruger-Smith. Tiffany Rusnick. Ryan Sada. Francesca Serdar. Justina Stasha. Madeline Stakushek. Mary Stakushek. Gia Swanson. Esma Tantawi. Caitlin Terry. Jada Thompson. Brianna Torres. Noah Treat. Gianna Ventura. Nicole Walsh. Olivia Wessog. Patricia Rogel. Mia Yassin. Dawit Zelalu.
Congratulations, new members. You are officially members of NHS. At At this time, will the new inductees please raise their right hand and join me in reciting the pledge? I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. And will always maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you.
Now it is my privilege to introduce our teacher honoree. Madame Karstrand is known throughout the school for her warm smile and kindness. She has been chosen to speak to us tonight about the pillar of service. Madame's compassion and love for teaching as well as for her students continues to amaze us, and we respect her immensely for it. She has taught here at Allen B. Shepard for 13 years and has a total of 24 years of teaching experience. Along with being chosen as one of the top 2 French teachers in the state of Illinois, Madame is a Fulbright member as well as the sponsor and founder of Allen B. Shepard's French Honor Society. Thank you, and please welcome Madame Kelly Karstrand.
Thank you, Matt. Good evening, everyone. Leave the world a little better than you found it. That's the motto that was instilled in me when I was a child by my parents. In fact, it was painted on the wall of our playroom when we were little. And this was a time before Hobby Lobby and Michaels and all the home good things that everybody bought to put quotes on their wall. It was a little crazy at the time now that I think about it. But it was important enough to my mom that she wanted to make sure my sisters and I saw that quote every day when we played. Now, partly I'm sure it was because she wanted to make sure that we cleaned up the playroom. But I know she wanted us to dig a little deeper and think about that quote and what it really means. Leave the world a little better than you found it. So how do we do that? How do we make the world a better place? Through service. I was honored to be asked to speak about service for this induction, and honored that students thought I exemplified the pillar of service. So thank you. I started to really think then about the term service and what it means. In fact, we heard a student here speaking about the NHS pillar of service as a willingness to work for the benefit of those in need. I sometimes think that we think of service in terms of big service. We think of volunteering our time in a food pantry, a hospital, or raising money to help hurricane survivors, or donating blood. These are all good and important things, and they should be done. I've done all the things I just mentioned, and I'm sure many of the scholars sitting here and standing here behind me have done them too. But I think service is more than big service. I think service is about being in service to others every day in many different ways, big and small. I have tried over the course of my life to leave the world a little better than I found it. Of course, I've chosen a profession that allows me to daily be in service to others. Being a teacher has been one of the most rewarding things I have ever done in my life. I took my passion for my subject, French, and I've tried to share it with my students. I spend countless hours after school and on the weekends preparing my lesson to be the best lessons that they can be in service to my students. I spend summers shopping for furniture and decorations for my classroom to make it a comfortable setting in service to my students. I read and study about how to be a better teacher. I attend outside professional development to practice and improve my French in service to my students. I strive to share what I know about teaching with French with other professionals. I volunteer to sit on committees where I can work in service to Shepard High School. I run a website for world language teachers and present at conferences throughout the country in service to my profession and in service to other students around the world. Now, when Matt introduced me, he mentioned that last year I received a Fulbright Fellowship. This fellowship allowed me to participate in a rigorous program of study on issues of global importance with other Fulbright teachers throughout the United States. Last spring, then, I had the opportunity to travel to Senegal in Western Africa. I spent 3 weeks there, immersed in the beautiful culture of this country, and I learned all about its history and about its educational system. I worked side by side a Senegalese teacher and instructed with him in his high school. The goal of this opportunity was for me to be able to teach my students about the world by giving them a first-hand account of the world, and of course to teach the students of Senegal about the United States. I'd like to tell you about my favorite day in Senegal because it was one that I was absolutely dreading. The PE teacher there had asked me and my American partner teacher if we could teach his classes some American sports. I guess I should have considered myself lucky that I was asked to teach baseball and not football like my American counterpart was asked to do. So here I was on that day, on a sand lot, in desert-like conditions, wearing my Shepard softball t-shirt, and I had a class of 60 high school students eager to learn about baseball. I have to tell you, I was totally terrified. I mean, I'm not really the sportiest of people. I have never ended up having so much fun in my life. I was trying to teach baseball through the language of French, and the PE teacher there, who had no idea how to play baseball himself, was attempting to help me, but also translate what I was saying in French into Wolof, which is the indigenous language that is spoken in Senegal. I have to tell you, it was the first and only time I was the best kid in the PE class. But to look around and see the smiles and the laughing and the camaraderie amongst all of us was magical. I was able to teach a little bit about the US, and hopefully these 60 students in that gym class and the other students that I met and talked to and taught walked away with a favorable opinion of the US. And then I hope that my students at Shepard are able to see that kids are kids everywhere, and really we're more similar than different. Understanding others and being reminded that we are all in this world together was my goal in undertaking this endeavor. It was service, pure and simple. Service to my students in the US, service to the students in Senegal, and service to making the world a better place. Leave the world a better place than you found it. But probably the most important aspect of service to me are the small, kind acts of service that happen every day. You can travel halfway around the world in service to others, but you can also do it right here in your own backyard. I do it by trying to get to know my students. I try to notice when someone's having a bad day. I ask how a game or a meet or the band performance went. I try to get help for kids that need it. I try to look out for my kids. So you, scholars, how can you be of service to others in small but monumentally important ways? Lend a hand when you see someone struggling to open a door. Pick up that pen for the kid that dropped it. Give a word of encouragement to that student who is struggling to run the mile in gym class. Explain to someone how to do a math problem. Smile at that kid you pass in the hallway every day. Sit down with the student who's sitting alone. There are a million different ways to be in service, big and small. And just always remember, leave the world a little better than you found it. Thank you.
Thanks again, Madame Karstrand, for helping us out and being a great example of what service is to other people. We have a few tokens of appreciation for you.
Thank you, Ms. Karstrand. I'd also like to thank our NHS sponsors, Ms. Young and Ms. Quinlan, and the senior members of the National Honor Society for their hard work in organizing this year's induction ceremony. Please join me in thanking them with a round of applause. beginning our NHS induction ceremony. In just a moment, the new inductees will recess, after which you are all invited to join us in the cafeteria for a reception in their honor. And now will everyone please stand as our newest members of NHS recess.